What is up, Ravens flock? Huge shout out for your support for the 410 Sports Talk. James and Glenn are the best in the business. They're killing it right now. They love talking Raven talk. Make sure you go subscribe to their channel. Let's go Ravens. Big trust.
Welcome everyone to another episode of 410 Sports Talk. I'm Glenn Martin here with my coach James Haskell. In this episode, we're going to announce another new Ravens hire to the staff, the coach. I don't know if it's the coaching staff or just to the organization as a whole. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so we can keep you up to date on all your Ravens news. But Jimbo, let the people know who the latest member of the flock is.
Yeah, so the latest member to the Baltimore Ravens staff, like you said, Glenn, kind of a front office / coaching staff hire, is Adrian Dixon. He's the Ravens' new head certified athletic trainer is apparently what his title is. He's a head athletic trainer. So Adrian simply will work closely with the chief medical officer and Dr. Andy Tucker. And part of the statement, of course, says lead a talented and respected staff of trainers, including Rod Medlin, Kevin Dabowski, and Mike Blankenship, among others. He'll start Wednesday and lead us at the combine next week in Indianapolis. So that was part of a statement by Eric DaCosta. However, what I want to talk about, Glenn, is my potential concerns.
Yes.
So I want to ask you a question because it was something that you said to me. So I want it confirmed right from the horse's mouth. Where was Adrian before?
The Tennessee Titans for the last 6 years.
Yeah, and what's been going on with the Tennessee Titans this week?
Well, honestly, they were number 2 when it came to injuries, right behind your Baltimore Ravens.
So what we do
as far
is
as games missed, yes.
Yeah, so we go, well,
they got better.
Yeah, if you ain't first, then you're last, type thing, right? So he wasn't the worst.
No, we were
second worst. Yeah. So come join the worst. We'll combine forces. I'm a little concerned about this, Glenn. I'm not gonna lie.
They said they were going to turn over every stone, Jimbo. We didn't know that this was the stone they'd be looking under.
Right. This, what this makes me think of? No, not getting political here, but this makes me think of the whole, what is it? Clear the swamp. What was the thing? Like, remember it was like, drain the swamp.
Oh,
there
yes,
you go.
Yes.
Drain the swamp. And then it was like, wait, all you guys live in the swamp. Still the same swamp, guys. But
yeah.
point is that it
you might have wanted to go snatch the Bengals trainer away because they had quite a healthy season. Quite the opposite. But Jimbo, if I could make you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, please do, because I'm not feeling too good right now. Look, first of all, let me say they should have called up our boy Dan Harper is what they should have done.
Dan Harper would then we're talking strength and conditioning. Then we're talking a whole nother position, and
That's
Mr.
true.
Steve Saunders might have to give up his role. But the good thing is that this guy isn't the same role as Steve Saunders, which is mainly in the prevention. He's not in the prevention business. He was in the rehabilitation business with the Tennessee Titans. So he was working on the treatment and rehabilitation of already injured players on getting them back on the field.
Like one Derrick Henry.
And if you look at Derrick Henry, he made it back for the postseason. So this guy is not being brought in the injury prevention. Now I'm sure that they'll get his input, right? But
yeah, so I guess if that is the case, he's got the most practice at getting guys back.
Bingo.
So he's the what I mean, outside the Ravens, where else can you? He's like working in the triage.
Exactly. This is like getting a guy right from war torn, tents in the middle of war country. No, I think what's exciting is that the Ravens found last year that they had some guys that as soon as they came back from one injury, they either had a reoccurring of the same or they had an injury of some other sort because some people said they were rushed back or maybe the rehabilitation just wasn't finished or it wasn't done in the correct manner. Whatever the case is, that's the issue they're addressing, is getting guys back after the injury. If my understanding is correct, this is more going to be avoid situations like we had with Ronnie Stanley, situation we had with Justice Hill, with Nick Boyle, where they came back but they really weren't ready to come back just yet. And in some cases it led to further injuries or different injuries. So it's not necessarily, this is not the Steve Saunders replacement. And in fact, it's not even, it's kind of two different things because, what's interesting and what the Ravens like about him, he's a credentialed clinician in both physical therapy and athletic training. So I guess in a sense, they should at least get his opinion on the training portion.
Right.
But mainly he's going to be he's going to be here doing physical rehabilitation and therapy.
Well, I think that you've accomplished your goal in making me feel a little better. At first, I think I was looking at it the wrong way, but now knowing that he's got outside of the Baltimore Ravens the most potential, he's got the most reps, he's got the most at bats.
Yep.
Based on the guys that he's working with, he's coming out of war torn, like you said, whatever region and war you want to cite. To look, now he's given all the tools and capabilities, and I mean, we know that the Baltimore Ravens will invest everything they can to get their guys back. So I'm excited about it. I'm look, so as long as it's not change for the sake of change.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to just, well, here's the thing. They didn't fire anyone. The guy that he's replacing,
they're just investing more money.
Yeah, the guy that he's replacing is still going to remain on the staff, and that was Ron Medlin. Ron Medlin will still remain on the staff. He's just going to be in a slightly different role, and apparently,
he just got demoted.
Exactly, and just like every season, it looks like there's more work being done over at the Castle to, just another sign that Steve Bisciotti will continue to invest back into this team instead of just
will invest in us. I mean, we'll be there. It's just kind of how it's going to go. Natural progression of things.
Yeah, of course. But it does look like they have apparently he has a new vision for the training room. So I don't know if they're like redoing the entire training room.
Oh, you didn't hear? It's going to be straight hot yoga.
Just straight hot stones.
Yoga.
And the smell coming out of that room.
Only the guys with ponytails can lead the class.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Barefoot.
That's right. No shoes allowed.
I think that I'm excited that they're turning over every leaf. They said that they were going to do so. And so, it doesn't look good when you look at it from the outside and say, well, they were pretty beat up over in Tennessee too. But when you really dive deep, this guy was heavily involved with getting Derrick Henry back on the field when playoff time came. And certainly more involved in getting guys back rather than preventing them from going out in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to it as well. It's going to be interesting.
Welcome to the family.
That's right. Hopefully we can get on the show soon. Come on, tell us what you're doing. Looking forward to it. I'm never opposed to them spending more money than they previously were on injuries, such things that they are going to try and control as much as they can. So let us know what your thoughts are. Leave your comments below. Are you concerned that he's coming from the Titans? Are you happy that he's coming from the Titans? Like, does it not mean anything to you? What's your take on this move? Let us know your thoughts, and we'll talk to you guys soon.